Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. So we are going to be learning how I cut and shaped these feathers into this. Okay, you can use this to style your fascinator or your turban. So I'm going to be turning this particular dog feather into this very design of my feather. All right, so you stay tuned, keep watching. This is Nikki Collection channel on YouTube, so thank you for joining me. So this very design was what was used to style this very fascinator this model was putting on. So keep watching and you learn how I achieved this. And for the second design, I shaped this feather also into this. All right, and this was what was used to style this fascinator. All right, so keep watching. So first thing first, I'm going to be picking up the one that has not been shaped, and I'm going to be marking it where I'll be cutting off. Meanwhile, this particular part of the feather is always rough, so I usually cut it off. Okay, so now let's go ahead to now give it this shape. All right, so what we'll be doing here is to use the mark, and the mark is not even up to half inch, just a small inch. Then you leave some space and and go ahead to mark it. So while marking this, you can mark it on the both side. Okay, so you mark, it's not a dot, so you just mark it just small inch. Then you also mark it on the side. So when I'm done doing, move to the next stage. Okay guys, so I'm done marking it. You can see what I did here. When I make the mark, I will leave some space and then mark again. Can you see that? So right now I will go ahead to use a very sharp razor blade, a very sharp one. And at those points that I've already marked, I'm going to be using my razor to cut it. You cut only the points that you have already marked with your marker. All right, so when I'm done doing this, I will also come back to show you what you will get. So keep watching, and if you find value while watching my tutorials, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like my video, share, recommend my channel, and if you are yet to subscribe, I create content on how to make your headwears and your headwear designs, just like the feather designs, okay? So if that's the kind of content you love to see, then you go ahead to subscribe so that you stay updated once I drop my tutorials. All right? So now I'm done tracing it or marking it with the razor blade. So what you will notice that once you pull off the feather, it goes off. Okay? Let's see what is forming. At those points I've already marked with marker, I went ahead to also use my razor blade to create the same mark. You know what razor does, of course. So it will go ahead to cut it off. So once you pull it off with your hand, it goes off. Can you see the design is already forming? This is a very beautiful design used to style your hair fascinators or your hat. All right. So I hope you're enjoying this tutorial, and if you do so, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Then we'll move to the next design. Can you see what we achieved? All right. So guys, we move to the second design. So I'm going to also use my marker to give a kind of a straight line across the width of this feather. So in case you don't see what I do here, because I really need to put it on a hard surface on my table to give that mark. Okay, once I'm done, I will also show you what I mean. I'm a kind of giving a straight line across the width of the feather. Okay, so I will quickly show you once I'm done doing that. All right. All right, guys, can you see what I mean? So I actually uh, marked a kind of a straight line across the width, and you do this for the both sides. Okay. So now pick up your scissors. If you have a small scissors like this, that is usually preferred. But if you don't have it, you can actually use the medium size scissors you use for cutting your fabrics. Okay. So you just at those points that you have already marked, go ahead to use the scissors to cut it off. Okay, that is simply what was done to achieve the other shaped design that I showed you earlier. All right. So I used dog feather for this my sample. The other feather was the unshaped feather that is usually sold for 350, 400 naira in the Nigerian market anyway. So if you want to achieve something that looks exactly like the one I've showed earlier, you can use that unshaped feather. Okay, so right now always remember to also trim off this down part. The down part of the feather is usually rough, it usually looks rough, so always trim it off. Okay, you trim the both side, and also you can go ahead to shape the tip of your feather. Okay, so that it will have a very sharp tip, just like what I've done here. You can see what I'm doing here. So I hope you are finding value in this tutorial. At this point, if you're enjoying this tutorial and you have not yet subscribed, I don't know what you're actually waiting for, because it's advisable that you subscribe to my channel so you stay updated. You can turn on the notification bell as well so that once I drop a tutorial, you will be notified on the new videos. Okay, so can you see what I have done with the dog feather? Now I also have my teal green feather, which is exactly the unshaped feather I told you earlier. So when you shape this teal green, you find out that you have exactly the sample I have in the pink. Okay, here I know that you may not need to mark with your marker. Simply use your scissors to also create the straight line I did across the width. Okay, just in case you don't have a marker, just use your scissors and create this. If you don't have a small scissors, use the scissors you have, but be careful while doing that. Okay, so once you are done, you will notice that the teal green will give exactly the shape and the size of the other pink feather. Okay guys, so what I have here with my teal design is exactly what I have in the pink. Okay, and also in this gold. All right, you can see it looks exactly just like the pink. Okay, thank you so much for joining me in today's tutorial. Thank you for watching up till this time. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, go ahead to do that so that you stay updated once I drop my tutorials. If you find value in my tutorial, don't forget to like, share, comment if you have any question, and I will see you all in my next tutorial. Bye bye.